Hey everyone, thank you so much for checking back. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about avoidant personality disorder, so stay tuned. So like I said, today we're going to talk about avoidant personality disorder, and I have my handy dandy new DSM, pretty in purple, so exciting. And the way that avoidant personality disorder is discussed is kind of like what it sounds like. You're avoiding interpersonal experiences either because you're really worried that they don't like you, or you're really fearful that they may not, or you may embarrass yourself and people will make fun of you, and you're just really sensitive to that. And so the way that it's described in the DSM is avoidant personality disorder is a pervasive pattern of social inhibition, feelings of inadequacy, and hypersensitivity to negative evaluation beginning in early adulthood and present in a variety of contexts. Now, it gives 7 contexts, and you have to have at least 4 or more. And if any of you are concerned that you may have this personality disorder and you want to get evaluated, I would encourage you to call a professional, either a therapist, a psychologist, or a psychiatrist. Any of them will do, and they can assess you properly to make sure that we're not self-diagnosing and we're not taking any action before we actually know if this is something that we have, okay? Now, the first context is if we avoid occupational activities that involve significant interpersonal contact because of fear of criticism, disapproval, or rejection. And that makes sense, right? We're just avoiding it because we don't want anybody to say anything bad. We don't want to feel like we're not included. Number 2, it says, is unwilling to get involved with people unless certain of being liked. So meeting new people will be really fearful. Going out with one of our friends and she's like, oh yeah, I'll introduce you to Sally and Susie and Jeremy and Jesse from work. And you're like, they might not like me. I don't want to go. I'm going to stay at home, or you may fake sick because you're really scared, right? Number 3 shows restraint within intimate relationships because of their fear of being shamed or ridiculed. And this is actually the one that most of my clients who struggle with this will come to me and talk about most is, I have this guy that I kind of like, but you know, he's just getting too close, and I don't know, I don't think he likes me. And it's like we push people away. It's almost as if instead of having them reject us, it's easier for us to reject them and to stay out of relationships because it'd be more hurtful to us, we feel, for them to end up leaving us or saying something hurtful to us later on. Is that clear? Okay, now part number 4, it says, is preoccupied with being criticized or rejected in social situations. Now this just means that we ruminate about it. We think about it all the time. Any situation or anything, we might go out to the grocery store, we might go grab a coffee or anything, we worry, I may come encounter, someone might see me and I come in contact with them and I might do something embarrassing, and it overwhelms us so much that we won't want to do anything. Some people end up, sometimes staying in their house a lot. They won't advance in their careers as well and as quickly because it's really debilitating. Now, the 5th context that they give says is inhibited in new interpersonal situations because feelings of inadequacy. So it's almost like what I talked about. You can see how this overlaps with a lot of eating disorder behavior, our self-harm struggles, as well as if any of us have body image issues, or we really worry about, we have body dysmorphic disorder. You can see how these all kind of share certain characteristics, and that's why it's important that we get assessed by a professional. So this one is just saying that we don't like to go into new situations because we're afraid that we won't measure up to whatever their expectations of us are. Even when we don't know what the expectations are, we just don't even want to engage because we're too scared. Now, the 6th one is views self as socially inept, personally unappealing, or inferior to others. And that's why I talk about it tying so closely with bad body image. And also, if we listen to that negative voice all the time, if many of us struggle with depression or self-harm or that eating disorder voice that we hear, it can oftentimes put us down so much that we believe it, right? And I feel like that's kind of like what number 6 is talking about. Now, number 7, and the final characteristic is unusually reluctant to take personal risks or engage in any new activities because they may prove to be embarrassing. And that's why I said a lot of my clients will struggle to go out at all. They'll want to stay at home and they'll want to not engage because it's really fearful. And when we talk about personality disorders, it really means that it's extremely pervasive. It's invaded a lot of our life. It's overwhelmingly debilitating, and we really struggle And the reason avoidant personality disorder can be so difficult is because it kind of isolates us. Imagine feeling afraid to be involved with anybody. Usually the only people that my clients feel safe with is family members because they've been around for a long time. And like I said at the beginning, this usually develops in early adulthood. So we've had that whole time with them, those people like that have been grandfathered into our life that already know about us, right? And so if this is something that you find yourself struggling with, honestly, the best thing to do is DBT therapy, which I'll talk about in another video, and you can check that out. So make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss it. And also just seeing a therapist and working with them. Something that I do with a lot of my clients is part of our work together will be outings where we'll go out into public places and I'll have them rate their anxiety. It's almost that CBT portion of DBT where we'll take them out and I'll say, okay, what's your anxiety on 1 to 10? And we'll try to increase it a little bit and I'll say, okay, now we'll go. We've done enough work. And then we'll try to calm down and we'll talk about it and we'll talk about their experience and I'll talk about my experience of it so that we can come together and we can kind of get a better grip and a better understanding on what's going on, what our experience of it is, and we can help to self-soothe so that we can kind of push through these limitations that this personality disorder gives us, and we can go on to live happy, healthy lives. So I would encourage you to get some help, join a group if you can later on in your treatment, because I find that really helpful too, and keep working with me as we work together towards a healthy mind and a healthy body.
Okay.
She ruined suit and tie pretty much for me. Yeah. Suit and tie. What?